Welcome to Master Your Mind and Go All In. I'm Brus.
And Jason Reardon.
Well, we've got a really super special show for you this time round. But before we kick off and get into any of that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give us a little thumbs up as well. Give us one of those thumbs up. And don't forget to ring the bell because we've got a whole lot of content that's coming out over the next couple of weeks. And if you hit that alert button there, you'll get a message every time a new episode comes out. And we don't want you to miss any of this really high quality content. Jason, how are you, mate? It's good to have you here.
Yeah, awesome today. Feeling good.
Awesome. I'm really excited about this one. I've been looking forward to doing this particular interview for quite a while, actually. I've been lucky enough in the last year or so, and the regular listeners of the show would know this, to speak to a lot of different athletes in a lot of different sports, but this one kind of takes the cake, and this race takes the cake. So if you've already seen a couple of episodes of this show, you would have seen a little bit of background on Jason. If you haven't, make sure you pop on back and look at episode 1. We're not doing these in any particular order, but in the very first episode, that is labeled correctly. You can't miss that in the playlist here in YouTube. So just go back and have a check. Is there, you'll get Jason's background. But if you don't want to do that, I'll give you like the top line version of it. He's from Canberra. He's an ex-army guy like me, so there's a couple of infantry guys standing behind a desk here talking this mindset stuff. But recently you were in a race in, of all places in the world, in the
Himalayas.
In the Himalayas, and this race is called the Red Bull La Ultra. So L-A, La Ultra?
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
And the race was how long, you crazy man?
Only 555 Ks.
Gosh. That is one epic long race, and you were the
first person in the world to do it,
and the winner of that inaugural race, right? Was that race run before or not before?
Not that distance.
Not that distance.
Yeah.
So you're the first person in the world to have run a race that's 555 kilometres and to have won.
Yeah.
No other ultra marathon like that in the world.
Not in the Himalayas, no.
Incredible. Yeah. Let's talk about that first before we go anywhere with this. What about that scenery? That is an incredible place.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so beautiful, especially at the night sky, the stars lit up as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no light pollution at all in a place like that, is there? Yeah, pretty incredible. Yeah. How long were you in country before the race started?
The rules of the race are you have to be there for 2 weeks. The race director's done that. He's a sports scientist, so he's pretty switched on with all the acclimatization and things like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's part of the requirement to do the race. And yeah.
What is the altitude differentials that you go through? We have no mount. For the people overseas watching that have never been to Australia, we are at altitude right now in my apartment that's like 10 metres above the ocean. That's as big as the hills get here in Australia. Yeah. There is no mountains. And I've even climbed Mount Kosciuszko down in the national park. You would have done that being from Canberra. And what is that size? 3,000 feet or something?
2,200 metres?
Well, it's like just very, very small. Yeah, it's nothing at all. What were the elevations that you were experiencing?
So we fly into a town, it's called Lay. It's in the Ladakh, and it's about, I think, 3,600 metres.
Yeah, so you're at 6,000 feet. Yeah.
Straight away.
And what about the acclimatization, the altitude? Were you short of breath? Was that hard?
Yes, very hard. Like, just walking down the street, you lose your breath.
What does it feel like? Does it feel like you've run a race? What does that feel like?
Yeah, just like you've done really hard exercise.
But you're only walking.
Yeah.
And you're not sweating.
Pretty much.
Did that happen at the start and you went, oh my God, I wasn't ready for that? Or did you experience it before?
So going back to last year, I did the 222.
Right, in the same place?
Yeah, same race,
so
just
you'd
a short
experienced
distance.
it. Yeah.
But I'd arrived last year and there was these stairs that they're about 400 metres in length.
Yeah.
About 100 metres in elevation. I remember just going, I'll be able to do this like 6 or 7 times. So I got out there, got my sports gear on, started to take off, got 30 metres in, and I was like keeled over, thinking
I'm going to die on a staircase here in the Himalayas.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my first experience last year.
Yeah, right. And how long does it take you to acclimatise, for your body to adjust to it?
The first day you don't do anything, you just sit down and just drink heaps of water.
Yep.
Probably about 3 or 4 days before your headache, because you get headaches as well.
Because you're lightheaded, you don't have the same oxygen uptake, right?
Yeah. So about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, right. I've been lucky enough to done a bit of hypoxia training.
Oh, yeah.
So when I was at the parachute school in the army, we did all the hypoxia training in the barometric, in the chambers where they take you. It's the opposite of scuba diving, right? And in scuba diving, they take you back down to get the bubbles out of your your blood if you get a little bit bent, if the nitrogen comes in your blood. That's what the bends is. And for aviators and for paratroopers jumping out at altitude, they take you up to altitude. And part of the training that they do is they help you to understand what hypoxia is and how that affects you and what goes on. And you know what? Hypoxia feels really, really good. It feels really good.
Yeah.
And it's a silent killer for aviators and for paratroopers and stuff like that. If you're at altitude anywhere above about 14,000 feet in an unpressurized aeroplane where you need to be on oxygen. You're supposed to be on oxygen above 10,000 feet, but it really starts to affect you at about 14,000 feet. And they take you all the way up to 18,000 feet in the chamber, and you're sitting in it's kind of like sitting in a bathroom is kind of what it reminded me. It's like you're all sitting around a bathtub and this pressurized thing they take up there, they take the pressure out, and you're wearing like a mask, like a fighter pilot would wear, like this mask, right?
Yeah.
And they give you a cube, and the cube has squares like a child's toy, and they chuck and when they chuck the cube to you, it's your turn to take your mask off. And you take your mask off and you just breathe normally, and it feels all very normal. Feels like very normal. And then I can remember feeling this like warm like sensation, like and it's like euphoric, like in down the back of my neck, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then like, put your mask on, Rob. What? Put your mask on, Rob. What? Put your damn mask on now. And you're like, put the mask on, and you're like, man, if you had went for another 30, 40 seconds like that, you'd be like, oh, that's the end of you, and you pass out, and then of course, you know, all the other bad stuff that happens like that. So I'm always really interested to hear people's experiences at altitude, because there I was in the chamber like that, and I guess it's a controlled environment, and they're doing that deliberately to make you feel that hypoxia. But if you go above 10,000 feet, you start to feel like that.
Yeah.
But you get acclimatized to it, and people live there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of normal. It's not a big deal, right? What about running a race and doing exercise there, for heaven's sake?
Oh yeah, it's way different. So the town was at 3,500, and our highest peaks were at 17,800 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's like me in the chamber going, whoa.
Obviously not there the whole time.
Yeah.
And you spend the week going up higher and stuff, coming down and that.
Oh, right. So you spend some time acclimatizing there. Yeah.
So you'll go up to the peak, spend about half an hour up there, and then just come back down for the day and do that multiple times.
And during the race, what do you do? Just run over the peak?
Just as fast as you can,
Yeah, right. Well, did you get up to the top of the hill and go, huh? What does it feel like?
Just getting up there, you can't run, obviously.
Yeah.
Because of the oxygen.
You just can't,
So you're walking from about 5,000 metres.
Yeah.
Up to the 5.5, so about 500 metres in elevation.
Yeah.
Just get there and just got to get straight over. If you start there for too long, it's still got game over, because you still got 400 k's to go.
There's no one there shouting at you to tell you to put your mask on.
Pretty much.
I would have passed out on the top of the hill there.
Yeah.
So how far in the race are you when you reach that first peak?
So there's 5 peaks. There's one every 100 k's.
Yeah, right.
So that one we started climbing at about 30 k's in.
Mm-hmm. So is that the first peak that you
that's
encountered?
the highest one.
Oh, righto.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what about, I've got to ask, I'm sorry if they seem like boneheaded questions, but it's a pretty crazy thing that you did. What about when you're running up that peak there? You're 30 kilometres into the race. This is a long race. It's going to go for the better part of a week. You must have been questioning your choices when you're kind of walking up that hill. You know, I remember in the infantry carrying a heavy pack and walking around with a machine gun and walking up the hill, and they would say, lean into the hill, let the hill do the work. The hill doesn't do any work. It's my little legs that are doing the work, and my little legs can't keep up. And I would question my career choices at that particular point. And, you know, I would lift my head up and look around. There was always someone doing it a bit tougher going, oh, it sucks to be that guy. And then that would kind of propel me forward. But what about you and your mindset, and what happened when you were approaching those things?
I guess you just take the small steps at a time, because we had checkpoints every 20k, so just thinking about getting to that next checkpoint. Mm-hmm. There's a few other runners in the race, so sometimes you'd hang out with them and just chat. Mm-hmm. We copped a snowstorm.
Gosh.
So it was raining for the first 30k's, and it was snowstorm for the next 60k's.
As you're rising up at altitude, the rain turns into sleet, turns into snow, like that. Gosh.
So it was like snow about that deep.
What are you wearing?
Walking through, just normal running clothes.
Short? You're not wearing shorts, surely?
I was wearing shorts until
the snow.
Oh, even further.
Really?
Maybe about 60k.
It was okay?
I was warm, I was running. I had like a jacket on.
Yeah.
A windproof jacket and that.
And your legs not cold?
No, not at that stage. or I couldn't feel them.
Or you couldn't feel them, or you weren't thinking about it. There's one or the other, something happening there, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's it feel like to hit that first checkpoint in this big epic race that you're in? That must have been like quite almost like a relief, a big achievement.
Yeah. Well, the first checkpoint was 20k, so I just skipped that one. Just kept going.
You were right. You're good. Keep going.
And the next checkpoints, they had the hot food there, hot noodles and soup. So yeah, it's good.
You have something to eat.
Yeah.
Move
just
on.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't stop for too long.
And a big long race like that, there's markers that you have to achieve, right? You need to be at that point by a certain time, otherwise you get scrubbed from the race, right?
Yes,
It's not an indefinite thing. What are the first markers?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but due to the snowstorm, we had to be at the top of this first pass by a certain time, and half the field got knocked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many people started?
About 80, I think.
And half of them were canned at the first bit.
Yeah.
Gosh, that must have been disappointing for
Big
them.
number, yeah. Like they've travelled, some of them travelled from America and stuff as well.
I'd
so
imagine.
Big trouble.
Yeah. And so you got on the other side of that peak. On the other, was it storming? Was it still snowing and raining on the other side?
Yeah.
And you just kept going.
Yeah.
Were you running downhill? Because it feels good to run downhill like that. What's it feel like to run down from 17,000 feet?
It's actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. You can't breathe.
Oh right. Yeah. Of course.
So just walk down a bit, maybe 200-300 meters down in elevation.
Yeah.
And start jogging, walking.
Like a trot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever have a stack? You ever like fall over?
Not in this one.
Not in that one. Yeah. Gosh, you wouldn't want to fall over. Is it jagged rocks or is it actually like a track?
This one's alright. It's like a road.
Oh, so I was okay.
Yeah. But straight off the side, straight down. You can see parts of cars that rolled off the side.
Yeah. Gosh.
The army's up there, so they've got a lot of convoys and that.
Yeah.
And their trucks are falling off pretty.
Somebody misjudged it and you end up in the ditch down the bottom of the hill. Yeah.
Pretty often.
Listen to me saying hills. They're not hills. They're bloody mountains, right?
Yeah.
What's that like when you see that? Because we don't have that anywhere like that in Australia.
Yeah, you can't compare it to Australia. Like I speak to my mates back here and that, and you're trying to explain where you are, explain the difficulty in breathing, and you can't. Yeah. It's amazing views, just beautiful.
Yeah, the first time I went to New Zealand, we got out of the airport and I was driving north and I was driving along, you're in a foreign place watching what I was doing and it just felt like Australia, it's exactly the same. The people are very similar to us and I looked out the car window like that and I was like, wow, look at that. And I actually stopped the car and got out, so I'd never seen mountains like that before. And I travelled all over the world, but I'd never seen mountains like that in New Zealand. Yeah. And a couple of years ago I had a few Nepalese mates that were from that part of the world and the photos that they showed me were just unbelievably majestic. There was a picture of you I saw in a blog post. You were running along, it looked like a photo of a drone had taken a photo of you or from some angle and you were on a road and it's like 27 kilometres down there is the tree line.
Yeah.
And there's this big picture, you're in the dead centre of it, looks like the photos from here, and then all the way in the distance is there. You look like just a little ant in this giant expanse. Does it make you feel small when you're in a place like that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Brings everything back into perspective.
Yeah. The world's a big place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
we're just a little tiny part of that.
such a tiny little blip. Yeah. Often I sit here in this apartment and I sometimes look out the window and contemplate the ocean, and particularly when it's really quiet here and it's really still and it's just beautiful, especially first thing in the morning when it's really calm, and it kind of makes you feel small because you look at the water lapping against the shores there and it's been there for like millions of years. And I'm here for such a short amount of time. Don't waste it, right? Don't waste a second. Yeah. Tell me, what's the favourite part? Is there a highlight in the scenery there that you went through?
Back to the last year, 222. I come up the same pass, up the first pass, but there was no storm, so clear night. I remember just looking back and just seeing all the stars. You can see right out into China.
Wow.
And just 8,000 metre peaks as well off in the distance.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Yeah. Incredible, right? Yeah. And that stays with you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it really stays with you. Did you snooze on the ground there? Were you snoozing? Where did you sleep?
In this race of 555, not for a while. So I kept going up and over, probably about the 111k mark. So that was the end of the first race.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little house there that we could stop at. So mostly I just ate, had about a 20-minute nap. That was 18 hours in. Yeah.
Really? I don't do anything except sit at a desk all day, and like 8 hours in, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I want to go home. That's like an epic thing, man. Yeah. That's a big achievement. So you ran and you did activity for 18 hours, you slept for, so I assume that you stopped and rested for about an hour? Or was it just like 20 minutes?
Yeah, probably an hour.
About an hour in total. Yeah. And then you went again. What time is it?
Yeah, I was feeling good because I was the first one. I was third across the 111 mark.
Yeah.
Out of all the distances, so that included the 111, the 222, and the 333.
Yeah.
I was third across, so I thought, I've got this lead. The other guys are struggling a bit, so I'll just have a rest.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And you rested for an hour, and then you get up, and what do you say to yourself? All right, and I put my shoes back on. Here we go. Let's do this. Are you like excited by it? Are you motivated? What are you feeling? Or is it just automatic?
It's early on, so it's pretty automatic. Just get it done. Later on, that's where your support crew comes in. But this early on, you can just get up, get ready, and go.
You were fine. Just made a decision to keep running.
Yeah.
Have you ever like been around home and just wanted to get out of bed at night time and just go running? Don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, sometimes. When my mind's racing.
I asked that in jest, that I'm making fun of you a little bit, but I actually, sometimes after a long day, I've been sitting at my desk for hours at a time, and 11 o'clock rocks around, and you're like, I haven't had a workout yet.
Yeah.
And I'll just get in the car and go to the gym, or I'll put my shoes on and I'll just go out here and I'll just go train out here at 11 o'clock at night when there's nobody around. And some of the best sessions and workouts I ever had.
Good habits too.
Yeah, good. And you come back, come home, have a shower, and man, sleep like a baby. The last thing you do at the end of the day is exercise like that. So tell me, you run through the night?
Yep. So we start at 6 p.m. We've run through the night. Arrived the next morning at the first finish spot about 10 a.m.
Right.
I'm guessing 11 a.m.
So your body clock's kind of okay anyway, so you're awake.
Yeah.
What about 4 o'clock in the morning when your circadian rhythm's kind of, you're supposed to be in an REM sleep there, and there you are, like running along like a crazy person. Yeah. Was that okay?
Yeah, the first few nights were right.
Yeah.
It's more later on.
Yeah, towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the people that don't know, that are watching this video and listening to this podcast, Jason was actually in the Australian Army Commandos, so he was in Special Forces, and I wanted to ask you, and I deliberately saved the question I haven't asked you, the selection course and the barrier tests that you do to go on selection are really hard. It's very, very physical, and part of what they do is sleep deprivation, which makes everything that much harder.
Yeah. What
about this? Did that compare, or was this harder?
Honestly, this is harder.
Yeah?
Yeah. In most aspects.
Yeah, for sure. What was it that was harder?
The sleep deprivation was a lot longer. So, and just constantly moving. Like when selection, we got to rest a bit as well. Bit of lateral thinking and things like that.
Yeah.
So this one was just constantly on the move.
Yeah, it's not always about being the fittest soldier out there to be in SF, right? You have to be fit. You have to be physically able and fit, but you don't have to be like an ultra athlete to go and do something like that, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I discovered is I've known a lot of SF guys over the years that just have a good baseline of fitness, and they're a little bit better than most people, and they've just got a little bit more mental endurance to keep going. They don't quit, right? Yeah, pull that shit out of your pocket, throw it in the bin. I'm not quitting. Not giving you that shit. That's the way it works, right? Yeah, nice one. So take me through the next day. What happened the next day?
Next day, so we come over the pass, and it's a big flat area now. So it's about, I think, 70k of just a flat road.
Right.
Few little hills.
Almost like a double marathon there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Heat of the day.
And you're down at low.
Yeah, back at 3,500 meters.
So you've gone up from 3 to 17, then back down to 6,000 feet there.
Yeah, so 3,500 meters up to 5,500 meters, and now we're back down. Probably even down a little bit further, and just along this long flat road.
What's the scenery? What are you looking at when you're running?
Just a road.
does it look like the moon? Because pretty barren, right?
It's barren out
and you're
there.
above the tree line there?
No, not really, not there.
Not quite.
Yeah, so we just to the side there's heaps of mountains and stuff. Beautiful views still.
Anyone driving past?
A few locals.
That's our idea.
It's pretty quiet. Yeah. Not on the way out, more on the way back.
And what about your support crew? Do they see you? Do they drive past and go, oh, come on, man, hurry up?
Oh, if they're doing their job. No, they were great. My support crew was great.
How many people in your support crew?
Originally, I had 2, but they were new to the whole thing, so they were just learning. So we changed them out with 2 other crews.
Right.
Because you get tired as well as support crew.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just as tired as the runners. So We got 2 new teams in, and they just swapped over throughout the remainder of the race.
Very nice.
So my first one was 2. The next 2 had about 5 or 6 people each in each one. So big support crew.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, they're all supplied by locals and that. So.
Have you ever run a race with support like that before?
No.
So that's the first time?
Yeah.
Was that good? That must have been fun.
Yeah.
So you turn up there and they're like giving you stuff.
Yeah. Taking your shoes off for you.
Yeah, I massage my feet there.
If you want to, yeah.
Oh, really? It's like that? Gosh.
Yeah. I didn't know.
They don't know that. No. Not that you're going to tell us about on camera anyway. So the next day you're running 70 kilometres on pretty much on the flat at lower altitude.
Yeah.
Is the weather heating up?
Not that day. It wasn't too bad.
It's okay.
It's more raining in the morning as well. Didn't get too hot. Maybe mid-20s.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty cold day.
And what happened? You get into a groove of jogging in a rhythm, heart, lungs all good.
Still pretty early on.
Feet good.
Still pretty early on for this race. So yeah, in a pretty good groove, feeling good.
No demons?
No, not yet.
None?
No, not at all.
Jesus, mate.
few little pains and stuff, but yeah.
Niggling?
Yeah.
What,
just
what,
like
do you feel something like in your hip or leg or
feet.
Oh, your feet?
So your feet get bruised up from the constant impact.
Yeah. And what about the soles of your shoes? You must have big soles on your shoes to protect yourself from all the rocks and stuff.
Yeah. So we're a brand called Hoka, and they've got a big 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter sole.
Yeah, right.
And really soft foam too. But they're good shoes. Yeah.
They protect your feet.
Yeah, and joints and that from impact.
Yeah, nice. And what are you wearing as you're running in the rain? You're wearing shorts. Are you wearing a singlet?
This stage it's daytime, so I'm back in shorts again.
Yeah.
And just a plain t-shirt.
Just a normal t-shirt and a camelback.
No.
No camelback.
So our support crew joined us from the 100k or 87k, I think it is, and they can follow us now for the rest of the race.
Right.
So the first 87k's is solo, but because of the altitude and altitude sickness, it's a requirement that the support crew follows us now for the remainder of the race, just in case anything happens.
Can you get altitude sickness when you come down?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's not just while you're up there, right? And you come off the mountain, then you're down in the flat. You can get it still affects you, right?
So because you're going up and over, that's still affecting you the next day.
Yeah.
And the day after.
Did it affect you? Could you tell any physiological things?
I was fine.
Yeah. What about your shortness of breath and your acclimatization? Is that okay?
Then. So I could run most of the way down as well.
So it was no issue?
No, only up the very top.
Right.
It's maybe 4,800 meters and above. But it's a very small part of the race.
So you're on the next day, 70 clicks on the flat.
Yep.
Where's the next checkpoint?
The next resting house is at 222, and that is the next checkpoint actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the actual next race as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
End of the next race.
Yeah, so that's where the next cutoff is. So you're gonna make that cutoff.
Yeah, and did you make it ahead of some other people, or were there some other people ahead of you?
When I rested, a lot of people went past me, which was fine. So I was just playing catch up now.
Yeah, right. And how long did you rest up there?
At the second one, 222, another 2 hours, I think.
2 hours.
And
had something to eat.
Yep.
Have a bit of food. Did you have a little kip?
Yeah, I did. So I arrived there, I think 11 p.m.
Right.
Around that, and after midnight it was. Had a big feed, tried to get some real food in, and then had an hour's sleep.
Lying flat on a bed, or you lying on the ground on a?
There's a bed.
There's a bed there.
Very lucky. This race is really organised. So at the rest houses, they've got rooms. If there's room, if no one's in there, just pile in there.
It's not like you're laying on a ground sheet outside looking at the stars. It's it's a bit more civilised. Yeah. But it's not very civilised because it only goes for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Gosh, man.
If that.
You know, years ago I rode my push bike from Brisbane to Sydney. And I rode from Melbourne to Adelaide as well. Yeah. And on those bike rides, we would do sessions on the bike. It was a charity ride that we did when I was in the Navy. And we went inland, and there's a bunch of like 10 sailors wearing their whites in this country town. And people would be like, what the hell? What is this? And we'd be like, we're raising money for charity. And all the locals came out, and we had some town receptions and stuff like that. And it was really incredible experience. And I think on that trip we raised about $20,000. It was a lot of money just for going around and wearing a uniform. It was kind of cool. Anyway, we would cycle for about 2 hours, and then you'd get on the bus if you wanted to for about half an hour, and you could ride as much or as little as you wanted to. And I figured I'd try and ride the whole way and see how it'd go, but of course I didn't have the kilometres in my legs, and I definitely couldn't ride the whole way like that. So I was doing about 90 minutes on, about 30 minutes off, 90 minutes on, 30 minutes off. And at the end of the day, when it all finished, as soon as I was horizontal, boom, my brain just went, that's it. You're not getting anything else. That's it. As soon as I was horizontal, my eyes came to the bottom. I was asleep, and then there was someone waking me. Hey, come on, it's time to go. Time to go where? I just lied down. No, you've been asleep for 10 hours. Come on. Like literally going to bed at 7 o'clock at night time because I was just shattered from that amount of activity because my body wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
But there was no way on earth that I could get out of bed after just 1 hour. Like, how did you pull yourself out of it?
Just had to do it. Just got up. Like,
did your body clock wake you up? Or did you have an alarm? What did you do?
I had an alarm, yeah. My support crew, I said, mate, waking up at this time. So they'd always come in anyway. And just get up, like, just have to do it. I've got the goal, I've got what I want to do. And to get that, you've got to get up. So that's already in my mind.
That was it?
Yeah.
Just get up.
Just get up and go.
I have to look at the camera because like, what you're saying is like, man, that's impressive. Like,
yeah.
I just, from my experience, my personal, the other day I got back on my paddleboard. I was telling you before, I got back on my paddleboard for the first time in, must have been 6 months since my shoulder's been better. And I've been rehabbing myself. I'm better. I feel like $1 million. I feel strong as because I hurt myself on my paddleboard. So I've been a bit gun shy of going out there. Yeah. I went and paddled around the bay here and mustn't have been more than about 90 minutes of activity. But I came home, I had a shower, I had some food, I laid my sorry ass down in the bed and I was like out like a light for about 2 hours. No joke. And I think maybe because I was doing an activity I haven't done for quite a long time and it's the whole body physical exertion as well. It's not just all the training that I've been doing in the last couple of months. It's like a full body workout. And I was absolutely shattered from that. And to get up and to go again, I'm like, man, what's driving you? What's happening in your mind?
I'm a very focused person, always very determined. So I just want to get to that finish line.
How do I get a piece of that action? What do I need to do in my mind and the people watching and listening? What can they do to get a bit more determination like that? Because no matter how determined I am, I'm physically unable. Like I'm shattered, man. I can't. Jace, man, I can't. You can't, man. Yeah. But you actually can, can't you?
Yeah, everyone can.
Yeah, you
We're
can.
all so much capable of everything, more than what we think.
Yeah.
That's a big important thing. I guess you just got to have that passion or that goal that's bigger than yourself as well. So I like to inspire other people. So if I stay in bed, I'm not going to be inspiring many people. So I've got to get out there and show them what's possible.
Yeah,
and by getting up and doing that, that's part of it.
That's beautifully said, man. I'm staying in bed because it feels good. Not inspiring anybody. Hopefully we get to inspire you here at the Go All In show and with mastering your mind. Absolutely, that's a bit of inspiration. So take me through, you get out of bed after an hour of sleep, you crazy person, and I'm going to keep referring to you as that, but that's epic, man. So what's the next leg look like for you? Here we are in leg number 3.
Okay, so back up a bit. Sorry, I'm not quite at 222 because we're at the 222 finish, but I have to still go up and down the pass. So we're about 180. It's my mistake. So we've got another pass to go up and down.
Yep.
So it's still snowing. It's been snowing all night.
It's night time.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's ice all over the road. So just got to get up and start that pass. Yeah, half asleep.
Is it slippery?
Down there it's not because we haven't hit the snow line yet.
Yep.
So that's about halfway up the mountain. Dark, very dark. So just getting that
headlamp.
Zone. Yeah. Just getting that zone and just start 1 foot off the other again.
Yeah. And you can't really see. How far can you see ahead of you?
10 metres, 20 metres.
But you can, the ambient light, or is it raining and stuff? Or
you can still see the mountains.
Yeah, silhouetted.
Yeah. But the stars aren't out obviously because of snow. And yeah, just keep walking on.
One of the most magical parts of living here in Cronulla is being out there at night time on the water, or just out in the bush or on the beach by yourself at night time. It's just, I don't know, I'm just a bit of a romantic when it comes to those things. I just love nature. I love being outside. I love the ocean, and I love all of those things. And often I'll be out on my paddleboard at sunset in summer because we don't see the sunset here on the eastern part of Australia because the sun goes behind the land, right? And it's particularly in Sydney as well because it goes behind the Great Dividing Range. And I find if I go out and paddle probably 2 or 3 kilometres offshore, I can see the sunset. Oh, wow. So I get it like it looks like it is in Western Australia. It's kind of cool. Awesome. And I sit out there by myself sometimes and just think, man, I'm so lucky. It's so beautiful. What about in the Himalayas at night time by yourself? Give me some romance. What was that like?
Oh, it's just unbelievable. You just look up at the stars. It's all dark. Not this night, but other nights. It's all dark, and there's nothing around. It's like silent. It's just you and the mountains, and you look off into the distance, just more mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Just yeah, it's peaceful.
Any animals? Is there like bugs and insects? And...
Not so much, not up there. No.
Yeah.
There is like some wild dogs and that.
Yeah.
But they're off doing their own thing.
Yeah, at night time they're asleep anyway, right?
Hunting or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you go up the pass, you come back down the pass.
Yeah, so we're going up the pass. Near the top, the crew cars couldn't go up because of the ice on the road, so they had to stop and just wait for us to go up and come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Had a bit of an argument with my crew, so the fatigue was setting in.
For you arguing with them or them with you? Or a bit of both?
Yeah, a bit of both.
Yeah.
I knew Cutoffs were going to be really close throughout the whole race after the first pass, because we all had our goals up until then, and then the snowstorm just threw everything out of whack. So I'm looking at my watch and we're talking to my crew, and I'm like, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it. And they're like, you'll make it, you'll make the next one. I was going, not the next part, not the next cut-off, it's the one after that I'm worried about, and then the one after. It's all going to start when I lose that buffer.
It snowballs, yeah.
And they just couldn't understand that because they're new to it all. Not their fault. They're doing an awesome job otherwise, but just not understanding that you need to hustle. You need to get there quick. So I sort of had an argument. One of them was meant to walk up the pass with me, but I just ran off.
You just went?
I couldn't wait. Like,
normally when I have an argument here at home as well, I go out and do some exercise. So you did the same thing, right?
Yeah, so I was power hiked all the way up. It was probably about 6 Ks by myself.
Yeah, right.
The race officials were up there. They made sure I was all right because I was by myself. They were a bit worried. And just come straight back down.
What'd you say? I had an argument with my wife down at the bottom of the pass there. I'm all right. I'm good.
Pretty much. No, I just told them what happened. They were like, cool, no worries.
And what happened when you walked 150 metres? Did you calm down and get back on your game?
Took me a bit longer. Still a bit angry, but yeah.
Did you pick up a rock and throw it at anything?
I should have.
I just think of my behaviour, how I behave.
I was putting all my energy into the fast walking.
Yeah, just turn it inside that's where it's supposed to go, right? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and I got up there pretty quickly actually. Yeah.
And so you turn around and come down, and your crew are waiting there for you. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's
Did you kiss and make up?
Yeah.
Or did you just go? Did you say anything, or just move on?
No, we probably just had a bit of a normal talk. Nothing bad.
You didn't
I thought it was fine.
You didn't hold a grudge for 6 kilometres up and down?
Would have been a long grudge.
Yeah, it would have been, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what happens next? What's the next leg?
So we're just going back down to the 222 finish now. So where I'd stopped before, you come up and back past that. So we're coming down there, and what time was it? I don't know what the time was, but I was going to have another rest, so I had another rest there. And spoke to the organisers of the race, and just about cruise and everything, about the experience of a cruise, and that's when we made the change.
Right, you swapped them out.
Cruise,
yeah.
And they'd been awake for a good 24 hours anyway.
Yeah, really hard for them as well, right?
Yeah, they're tired.
Yeah.
Even though they said they won't, they were.
Yeah. Sleep deprivation is one of those things that is really taxing on people, isn't it? It's really, really hard. In fact, there's been a lot of studies to show that sleep deprivation is more effective than waterboarding people.
Yeah.
It's the most effective form of torture in the world. And for all the new parents out there, and you're about to be a new parent as well, you are about to discover that sleep deprivation is hell.
Yeah. I've already had practice. So.
Oh, yeah, you got a little bit of practice, but your missus hasn't, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
You're going to have to help her a lot there. I'm going to put it on the public record. He's going to help you. So what's happening next? You swap a crew out. What's the next leg look like for you? We're coming up to sunrise in the third day now?
I think so.
Yeah.
It all sort of merges together.
Yeah, I was going to say, does any of that happen? Like, is there a bit of delirium in there and maybe a bit of hallucination happening in there with the altitude, the food, the exercise?
Not yet. Not hallucinations yet.
Not yet?
But
not yet? It did happen?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, big time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that's the next pass.
Right, okay.
That's what I'm about to head to now.
That's where you're going to now. You're going to the next pass.
Yeah. So, because you've been awake for so long as well, it's hard to recall everything.
Yeah.
And your memory just doesn't quite work properly.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the day or time is here. But yeah, just back on the road. It's on a slight downhill now for about 10, 15 Ks. So feeling good, got my new crew, just headed down there. And,
do you know where you're going, or did they just say that way? Just go that way?
Yeah, no, I've read the map. I know where
I'm okay, so you do know. Do you have a map with you?
Yes, yeah, got a map as well.
Good old-fashioned infantry stuff. Beautiful.
I'll get lost, I'm fine.
I'm good.
But yeah, it's most of his well, ultras on road anyway.
Right.
So you just follow the roads.
Yep.
It's either tar, like bitumen road, or fire trail sort of type stuff.
Yeah. So it's pretty easy to know where you can't take a wrong turn.
No.
Yeah.
Like you can go the wrong way, but it'd be pretty hard to.
Yeah, to make a mistake. So how long's the next leg until you come up to the next pass? Can you remember?
It's roughly another 100k.
Yep.
To the bottom of the next pass, and then at the end of the next pass is the 333 mile. So I've come up.
So you don't get a break before you do the next big mountain.
You can. I did.
You did. You had a little rest there.
Yeah. So we've come down, heading towards the next guest house or rest house, and it's night time again. My knees sore. I'm complaining, and I'm thinking I'm done.
Oh.
Yeah.
The demons came out.
Or sorry, just before that, or part of that, coming through this area, it's heavy military up there because it's right on the border of Pakistan, China, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bases and that. So we're walking down this part with I've got a pacer with me now, just keeping me going.
Yep.
And we hear this, and then
someone racking weapons near.
Yeah,
like a heavy weapon, 50 cal, or somebody like with a rifle.
There's some sort of machine gun.
Yeah, right.
And he started yelling at us.
Mm.
So this gun's pointed at us from the dark. I don't know where from.
Yeah.
And some guy's yelling at us.
You were nearly done for properly. Yeah. Never mind the race.
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking I'm gone.
Did they challenge you with a password that you didn't know the answer to?
Probably.
Yeah. That's why you racked the weapon, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I am thinking I'm going to get shot in the back or something.
Gosh,
because there's a lot of tension up there at the moment. With, Kashmir and all that. There's a lot of political stuff going on, and in Pakistan, and
absolutely,
terrorism and all that. So they're on very high alert. So I'm like, oh, so head down, just keep walking, and my pace is like walking towards the noise of the gun.
Gosh.
And he's only like a teenager. It's come on to help from Spain. He's a student. And
and doesn't speak the local language either. Oh my gosh, the pair of you.
So I'm thinking, oh god, he's gonna get shot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just follow me, turn your head right off, and just walk slowly this way.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll leave us alone.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully they got night vision and can see I don't have a weapon. I'm just jogging at 3 o'clock in the morning in the Himalayas.
Pretty much. Eh?
Pretty much, right? Yeah.
And I'm telling him, I'm saying, I'm Australian. I'm just doing an ultra marathon. Obviously, you can't understand me anyway, so I just kept saying that and kept walking.
Yeah. And
our crew car had driven off because they stop every like 1 or 2 Ks and they just catch them. They check the right, they go again.
And waiting for you,
yeah. So crew car wasn't there. In our crew car is our translator.
Oh.
So had to get back to him.
So no terp.
So we've.
It's infantry all over.
Yeah. So we've gone around a corner, and luckily our support car was only 500 metres away.
Okay.
Not even that.
Yeah, it was fine.
And the army were all around him.
Oh, really?
They were talking. The local guy, we have a local guide and stuff, so they sorted it all out.
Mm-hmm. So Nepalese guys were all good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
are they all Gurkhas or are they just Nepalese army?
Just normal infantry.
They're just normal infantry guys, yeah. They're not Gurkhas, are they? No. Yeah. Were they all right then? Did they say hello, support you? And
not really.
They just
do their job.
Whatever, just doing their thing.
Yeah.
So you move on from that. What happens next? Where's the next?
So about 2 Ks later, my knee was playing up a lot.
Which one, the left one or the right one?
Yeah, left knee.
Port side hinge joint not working. What's it feel like? You getting a bit of bone on bone?
My quads weren't activating.
Ah.
Yeah, so just fatigue.
Yeah.
I've never done a race this long. The furthest I ran before was 2:22, and I've gone 20 or 30k beyond that now.
Yep.
And I've said to my crew,
you're in uncharted waters.
Yes. Very scary.
Yeah.
Like the unknown. So I said to my crew, I'm done. Get the medics. I think I'm out, but I just want to see what they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
They're going, just go another K. So all right. So I went another K. Happened again. Go another K. I said, no, I'm done. Like,
what did it feel like?
Just very painful. Just
on your knee joint itself? Not on your quad or on your knee joint?
In the actual joint.
In the actual joint itself. And what was happening? You just like the bottom of your quad there where it's on your...
Yeah, it felt like there was no support. It was just like bone. Just rubbing on bone. So I said, no, I'm done. Sit in a car. They said, just have a sleep for half an hour. We'll get the medics because they're an hour away anyway, half an hour away. And see how you feel when you wake up, have a talk to them and that. So I've had a sleep. Didn't sleep that well. So maybe 20 minutes.
Are you in pain?
Yeah.
Even when you're lying down, it's hurting?
Yeah. Had a lot of food as well. So a good opportunity to keep my nutrition up, so I'm resting. And then I sort of dozed off a little bit, hear the medics rock up, didn't bother sleeping because they wanted me to keep sleeping. Just got up and I said, look, I don't want any long-term damage. What's the verdict?
Yeah.
And that's when I found out it was my quad. So they're like, okay, flex. We know what's wrong. You're going to be fine. Just flex your right leg. So I flexed it. Could feel the quad. You could see it activate.
Yep.
Same with the left leg. Nothing happens. So it's not activating one little bit.
Yeah. So it's really just your hamstring and the other muscles around, and your hip flexor moving your leg forward, but getting that flexion with your quadriceps not working at all. So what did they do?
Gave me medication, like a painkiller. Yeah. And they said, hopefully this will be right. Just go.
What, just like a Panadol or an aspirin or something like that?
Pretty strong one. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, right.
But it was it's like it's what the signals from my brain, the pain signals. And it was a lot stronger than the Panadol. Mm-hmm. They said I could have one every 8 hours if I wanted to.
Did it make you woozy?
No, it was all right.
It was okay?
It was all right. I couldn't feel anything, just fatigue at this stage anyway.
And then what happened? Did it turn the leg back on?
Stopped the pain.
The pain stopped, so you were able to keep going like
so
that.
They sprayed that Voltaren spray and stuff on there as well, and that seemed to do the trick. A
little bit of magic water.
Yeah.
Fixes any footy injury, right?
Everything,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I started walking. Next thing I know, I'm running again. So it was all fine.
And you just got straight back into the groove.
Yeah.
And what about now? Like a couple weeks later?
Yeah, it's fine.
No residual effects. Nothing wrong.
All good.
Wow.
Yeah,
amazing.
Very lucky.
So what happens? Take me on the journey of the next section of the race after that. It's all a little bit of drama there. There's a bit of like, there's guns, there's doctors. Are they doctors that give you these things, or are they nurses?
Yeah, they're doctors.
Proper doctors.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's the next stage? What happens?
Okay, I'll just back up a bit, just tell you about the support crew and what they did. So I'm telling my support crew I'm done, I'm out, and I'm literally 99% in my head, I'm finished. Like, my mind's made up. I'm hopping this car, I'm going back to a warm bed. I can have a shower and just help.
Did you have a chit?
Should have pulled it out. Free sign. But yeah, so I'm thinking, warm bed, hot shower. I'll come back and help out the other runners tomorrow, because that's what you sort of do. If you leave a race. And my support crew is a young guy called Arvi. He was at the race last year as well. He does a lot of support crew for his father, and he sort of come and sat with me in the car, and he's like, "Look, Jace, I know you're feeling like you want to pull out, your knees sore and everything, but I know what you're like from last year. I know you can keep going. I know you can finish this race and even win it still." I was like, maybe he's right. And he sort of like started putting that positive.
You never thought that? You just thought you were over, that was finished? Yeah. Why did you think it was over? Is just that because of the pain, or because you just couldn't go anymore because of the pain? Or?
Just the knee. The only reason was the knee. Everything else is fine. It sort of broke me a bit mentally as well.
Yeah.
Plus after having the gun pulled on us.
Yeah, it's a massive distraction. Yeah, it's all a distraction, right? Yeah.
So it all sort of was playing on my mind, and then just sitting down and getting the weight off it and feeling a bit better when I was doing that. I was feeling good. I was done.
Yeah. And then he comes along and reminds you, like, hey, you can still win this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Actually, yeah.
You can not only finish it, I reckon you can win. That's what he said.
Man, that's a good lesson for life, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think you're down in the dumps and you think that's it. You actually can keep going. You actually can keep pushing through. And did it reinvigorate you when he planted that seed in your mind?
I was 99% out, and then I was 80% out. Like thinking, okay, there's maybe a 20% chance we can keep going.
And then you started again?
And we kept talking. And he kept talking to me, he kept bringing up last year and other things that had happened. And I was maybe 50% chance I can keep going. Just through chatting with him, my percentage of like thinking I can keep going, my knee's fine. Yeah. Just kept getting better, and then just kept going.
So what's the guy's name? Arvi? What's his surname?
Wooly.
Arvi Wooly. Yeah. Well done, mate. Well done. Everybody needs an Arvi in their ears, right? Maybe you can be my Arvi when I'm like going for a lie down on a Sunday after paddleboard. And get up, mate. You can go again. Come on.
I'll drag you down to the national park.
We'll go again. Yeah, we'll go again. Nice one. Yeah. So you get going. Is it still night time when this is happening?
Yeah, so it's still night. We've had a talk. The doctors have come. I've decided to keep going. They said, have a 20-minute rest still, just let the medication kick in. I said, I'm going to keep going, let's go now. So I didn't rest, just kept going. Then we just got to more flat road, slight uphill, and lots of like mud and stuff, like river crossings, because it's been snowing. Yeah. There's a lot of water on
There's all the water in it.
Yeah. So you get to the next checkpoint, and I'm allowed to have a 1 hour sleep. My crew told me.
Right. They let you sleep.
Yeah.
And did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, had a little lie down there. Yeah.
But bit of drama there too. we had the wrong cut-off times. So now we're an hour behind.
Oh, no. How do you make up an hour in a race like that? You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
You just got to keep running. No walking allowed. Run.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah. So I made that up on the downhill in the next part. So that's coming up. It's probably a few hours away from where I'm up to now.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, he's waking me up. He said, "Look, bit of bad news. You made a mistake."
Oh, sorry, man. We've buggered up the timings.
So that's 3.
Yeah, gosh.
Bad news comes in 3.
That does literally, right? Literally.
So, yeah,
How did you feel? What happened to your mindset when they told you that?
I'm pretty good at working out calculations of running and stuff, and
because you know how fast you can go, hours, all that.
And it was doable. It was still doable. Like the time we had before gave me a 1 hour buffer, but now we didn't have that buffer.
So the buffer's gone.
Yeah.
You better hit your targets, hit your milestones, right?
Yeah.
So what's your time on target? Did you hit your next time on target?
Yeah, I did. So we had to go back up another pass now. So we're going back up to 5,400 meters.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way up, feeling good, power hiking really fast. Had a good pace for another young guy from Spain. There was a few students there that were changing him now.
Yeah, right.
Me.
Nice.
He's power hiking. I'm so tired at this stage. I'm just following like a lost dog or a sheep or something.
Like a puppy dog.
Yeah. So I'm just head down, just like trudging along behind.
Did any infantry thing come in your head where you said lean into the hill? Did that happen? No. That's long forgotten. And you're too far gone anyway. Yeah.
So we're powering up this hill. I'm doing good. I'm making extra time, and I'm ahead of the time that we wanted to be. And then suddenly this blisters popped up in my foot, and it wasn't something I couldn't deal with, but it was just annoying because I could feel it.
Whereabouts on the ball of your foot or in your heel?
On my heel. It's on the side of my heel.
Yeah.
So when I was in the army, I developed these calluses on the side of my heel, and ever since then they come up. Like, they're not bad, just like a bit of thick skin, and sometimes they keep rubbing. They'll get a bit of fluid. That's where you get a blister. Yeah. On the instep, on the inside of your foot, or on the outside? On the outside. Yeah. So that's actually kind of bearable. Yeah. Did you pop it? I kept going. I told my crew, I said, I need to fix up my feet.
Yeah.
And they said, we'll make it to the top. And I kept going another few Ks. I thought, no, I just want to do it now. Yeah. There's no point having it. It's
like having a rock in your shoe, right? You've got to get it out. Yeah.
You don't want to be that uncomfortable when you don't have to be.
Yeah.
So we've pulled over my crew. Another guy's come through, but I know he's a medic. He's from America, and he had his mate there. And he's like, we'll do some acupuncture as well.
On your feet?
On my body.
At the same time?
Yeah, on my knee and stuff.
Oh, so while they're dressing your foot, you're getting jabbed with needles at the same time. Oh my gosh.
So I'm thinking, all right, we've got enough time. I've powered up this hill.
Let's have a go. See what happens.
So I started eating, getting the nutrition in, pants up, needles in my knee, fix my blisters. I'm starting to think, it's taking a bit longer than I want.
Better get going.
Yeah. So I couldn't move because I've got all these needles in my knee.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I think we should go. And they go, no, it's all right. You've got heaps of time. But I'm doing calculations again.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't have heaps of time. So I'm like, okay, we've got to go. So I made him take out all the needles and back onto the road again. Made my way up to the top, and coming down the other side, we're at 5,400 metres, had to get down to 4, maybe 20k, and not much time at all now. And
so you got to hoof it down the hill.
Yes.
And that's a pretty big incline.
Yeah, you can't. We're advised not to run above 4,500 metres.
Right.
That's like the advice we get given. Yeah. Even though we go up to like 495. It's a big no-no for the race.
Did you just run down the hill? Yeah. I'm waiting what that's on. I'm running down the hill, it's all right.
I had to.
Yeah.
So this is when my hallucinations began, I guess. But it's daytime.
It's hypoxia.
Yeah, that too.
Did you have the warm feeling at the back of your neck? It's like, oh man.
It would be. It's a combination of everything.
Yeah, it's all of those things, right? Yeah.
So I'm like flying down this hill, probably 5.5 minute Ks, which is pretty quick.
Yeah, it's fast.
And
I couldn't run that on the flat.
Yeah. Let's get your training.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I got paces like changing out because they're getting tired as well.
Yeah.
They're affected by the oxygen, and they're not ultra runners. They're just good at little runs. And I'm probably maybe 5,100 meters. So I've just come down a little bit, and I'm running, and every now and then I'm just like looking at my body, just running off in the distance. I'll be back in it, watching my body run off and be back in it. So I'm like,
you had the out of body experience.
Something's happening.
You astro travelled while you were running.
Yeah. And I sometimes I'll be up to the side looking at myself and my pacer on, and I'll be back again. And I'm trying to explain this to the pacer. She's a young girl from Spain as well, and she was with me at the time. And I'm like, it's weird. Like I keep disappearing and coming back. And then I'm trying to tell her, but as I'm telling her, I'm going away and coming back again. And she's like, she doesn't know what's going on.
So what are you talking about? You're right here next to me. Just shut up and run, will ya?
Pretty much.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's just, I can't explain it, what happened, but yeah.
Yeah. Does it feel like a vivid dream?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I can remember having some really vivid dreams when we first moved into this apartment.
Yeah.
And now we're on the third floor, and we were on the third floor before, but it wasn't a view like this. And the thing, and I would go to bed in the bedroom, just like a couple of meters from the edge of the balcony, and would like I was falling off the balcony, right? And for probably about 3 weeks when we first moved into this apartment.
Oh, yeah.
And those dreams are so vivid from 13 years ago. I remember them like they were yesterday. Yeah, so your brain can't really tell the difference between whether it's actually real, a hallucination, or a dream, or it actually happened, right? It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what they find out about all this stuff.
Do you know what it was that was causing that? Did it happen again to you in the race?
Not that particular type of thing, no. I think it might have been oxygen.
No more out-of-body experiences?
Not like that, no.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good was it?
It was good. It was good.
You don't need booze, you don't need drugs, you just need a bit of hypoxia and some running, and you're good to go. Right. So what happens? You get down the hill. What happens?
Yeah. So I'm coming down the hill, and off in the distance, I can see the two guys in front of me now.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were 2 or 3 hours in front of me, and now they're not.
Now then, because you ran down the hill when you weren't supposed to.
So I powered up the hill, even with the break. It's
Yep.
probably a 40-minute break, and powering downhill and making ground on them.
Nice.
And so yeah, just keep powering down. Really tight on time though. So I'm doing the calculations, and I'm realising that if I slow down just by the tiniest bit, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
And
But you just got to keep running.
Yeah, my crew knew this as well, which was good because they didn't force me to stop running like they meant to. And I'd just get to the car, would drive 2Ks, I'd catch up, drive 2Ks, catch up. I'd run through, grab like a chocolate bar or something, just chomp it down and keep running.
Just keep going.
And I'd just be like, what's the time? What's the distance?
Yeah.
What's the time? What's the distance?
You got
That's the
something
only
to
two
focus
things
on.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, because I was so lacking like the oxygen in my brain, I'd forget straight away.
Oh.
So they'd tell me, I'd work out really quickly how I was going. I'd know for about a split second, and I'd just keep going, but I'd forget. But I knew that it was all right.
Yeah, you're having a Dory moment from Nemo, right?
It's funny because I just keep having, my brain wasn't working. So I did this quick calculation. I knew that I was right, but then I'd forget. So I'd just have to keep going hard. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I knew that it was right, but I didn't know exactly where.
And can you see them in the distance, the crew? Like where they park the car a couple of clicks ahead of you?
Most of the time.
Yeah, unless it's around the bend and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it was coming down the mountain, so a bit windy, but you could usually see.
So you got something to aim at.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just running on a road randomly in the middle of nowhere in the bloody Himalayas. You've got, they're right there, I can see them, that's where I'm going to.
Yeah.
That must be good psychologically to keep you going. So how many kilometres into the race are you now? Because you mentioned before the furthest you'd run is the 222. Yeah. So now you're at 300 in, right?
310, 320.
So you're a long way in uncharted waters, right? Not really knowing what's going to happen. And how are you feeling?
Pretty good. Body's all right now. I'm not getting any more pain.
Your legs okay?
Yep.
Have you taken the drugs again?
I can't remember, but I only took them 3 times, so probably not.
Right.
I didn't take them as much as they said I could.
So there was no. And what about your blicky on your heel? Is that okay when
fine, yeah, it's fine. We just drained it. It's all good.
So you're just in a bit of a groove now.
Yeah.
Just keeping it going.
Yeah.
What time? How far? What time? How far?
Yeah.
And so what happens? You make the next checkpoint.
Coming down the hill off to the right, you can see the finish line as you're coming down the mountain. And I can see the guys in front of me too. And I'm like making ground like big time and I'm like really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Get down to probably 2Ks left.
Mm-hmm.
Called out a time and that. And I'd made up so much time. I had about 15 minutes to spare on top of the running time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 30 minutes with 2Ks to go, just under.
Mm-hmm.
So I realised I can walk now.
Oh, you had a little break.
Yeah. So I just walked. And they're going, what are you doing? I'm like, I've got heaps of time now, so I'm just going to walk, cruise it in, yeah. Mm. So I'm walking, and I can see the other 2 guys. They're only like 2 minutes in front of me now.
Yeah.
So I've closed this like 2 hour gap to about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. So you made up 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's because you ran down the hill.
Yeah, and powered up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and powered up as well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going, just get in front of the other guys. It'll like get them psychologically, you know.
And this is the 333
yeah
checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And I'm like, no, it's all right. I don't need to catch them now. I'll catch them later, sort of thing. And
plenty of time left in the race.
Yeah.
200 more kilometres.
It's one way.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything can happen in that time. So.
Yeah, cool. So you make it to across the line for the 333. Are there people that leave the race there that you see, or are the guys in front of you still they're having a break and keeping going, or what's happening?
I've come in 333. We'd all come in within 15 minutes of each other. So that was first, second, third. Made up all this ground, and I pretty much broke down.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not a very emotional person.
Yeah,
but just running down that hill. It's first over rain. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Yeah.
I made it by 4 minutes.
Yeah. Oh gosh, in the nick of time.
So it's funny.
It's such a long way and such a big thing to just have made it. Like, gosh, something. If you fell over, I went, oh my knee, or
even just stopped,
or even just went, oh, I just need to rest for a sec.
Yeah,
that would have. Yeah, you would have missed it. Gosh.
So, because I remember coming across near the line, and they're like, oh, look, the time's 5:55, and the time's 5:55, and it's a 5:55 race. That's why I remember what time I got there. So it was about 4 minutes, and they cut off at 6 p.m.
Yeah, right.
So I just got
there.
Come in, and like Red Bull were there, and all these other people, and they're wanting to like interview us and ask us questions. I just break down, and they got rid of everyone for me.
Were you in the fetal position, having a little cry in the corner?
I was in a nice warm car, just by myself. Closed the door. There was lots of people standing around, but I just had the windows up and just.
What did it feel like? Just relief.
Yeah, just big relief being taken off my shoulders, and a big weight being taken off my shoulders, and just want to be by myself. Yeah.
What about those other guys? Did they make it easy, or was it?
No,
what's their story? Is it hard for them too?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's struggling.
Yeah.
The first night, just over in the snow, just took it over everyone. Like, it was totally unexpected, not planned, or not really planned for.
Yeah.
And just getting up there. Like, I was going over the first pass with the American guy most of the way. He was in front of me now, and we both agreed that no one would finish the race.
Oh, right on, and here you are at 333 kilometres in the car by yourself, having a little sook. I'm just joking. There's nothing that you can sook all you want there. Let me tell you, gosh. So how long are you in the car for?
Probably 15, 20 minutes.
And it took you a little while to compose yourself and collect yourself.
Yeah, having hot chocolates and stuff. They brought me noodles, so I was just
some food, feeling a little bit better.
We're at another sort of major checkpoint now. So the decision was I was going to stop again, maybe for an hour or two. And the other guys, the other two racers, Matthew from the US and Ashish from India, they maybe had a half-hour break and just went straight back out.
They just legged it, just kept going. Right, and then you're in the car for that 20 minutes, and then you had another hour as well. So the 2 hours you made up on them, you just gave it all up.
Yeah.
Deliberately?
It's in my schedule.
You just so that's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
My plan was after each pass was to rest, because you're going up, you're going up the hill into altitude, and this one you're coming down fast as well. Your body's just fatigued, but
you need to rest
with 50% oxygen levels.
Yeah.
You're just done.
Amazing. So you have a sleep?
Yeah, had a big feed, had a sleep, and my crew woke me up to go again.
So you've only had, like, if I'm calculating correctly, 5 hours sleep maximum.
Not even.
Yeah.
Because
you can't really sleep. You're just kind of dozing, right?
So when I say sleep, I mean I've laid down, and I'll have up to an hour sleep. So maybe like 40 minutes. Just depends how quickly you fall asleep.
Do you suffer from my problem of hitting the pillow and going
no,
like instantly? It takes you a little. Yeah. I could lie down right here on the floor right here next to you and go to sleep in 5 minutes. No joke. I just have that. I don't know. It's a skill.
Yeah. You learn it in the army.
You learn it in the army, absolutely. Yeah.
I can usually do that, but not
in this race.
Because your body's like, your metabolism's up, you're on fire. Sort of thing. So you just want to keep going.
Do they do any tests? They do a blood test on you? Take some. No chemistry. What's happening to these athletes when they're doing that? Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see, right?
Yeah, definitely, especially before and after. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so take me home.
All right, so
you've got 200 k's to go.
Yeah, had the rest, back on the road, and just walked off by myself. My support crew was getting ready, so I didn't need them straight away. So it was good just to be by myself, just walking off into the dark night.
Yeah, because you're not on your own. They're there with you the whole time, right?
Yeah, they're around.
Yeah. They annoying you?
No.
They were good. Not like the first crew that were annoying you. No arguing this time. It was good.
No, my first crew was alright. They weren't really annoying me. It was just they just weren't as knowledgeable about what to do. Yeah. But so I'm just walking off, and you could see the other guys off in the distance, their headlights and their car lights and stuff. So they're almost at the top now.
Were they a long way ahead of you?
Yeah, so they're probably 20, 30k
Right.
at the top of the peak.
Yeah. And you can see that.
Yeah.
Wow. Far out. It's incredible visibility. Yeah, that's cool.
So when I went to sleep, a big storm had come in,
Yep.
and we thought there was going to be snowstorms all night. And I guess the Himalayan gods and that thought we'd suffered enough, and the storm passed.
On past.
And it was clear sky, stars,
beautiful,
moon, everything.
beautiful.
Really cold still, but beautiful.
So you're in a groove running, nighttime,
Yeah.
under the stars, no one around,
Right.
peaceful.
It's pretty uneventful up here. Just with my pacer, just cruised up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very
Got
nice.
to the top. So in the 222, I never took in the environment, took in the experience. It was just finish a race.
Right.
That's all I was focused on. So this year was different for me.
Mhm.
I wanted to take more of that in, experience it.
Mhm.
And so we got to the top, and I said to my crew, you know, we're going to stop, have a look at the stars, have a feed,
Yeah.
do all that.
Take it in.
Yeah. But we got there, and it was so windy. so windy.
Can you see the stars?
So we didn't end up doing that.
Get out of here.
I was so disappointed. But, yeah.
Run across the top of the hill, mate. I've seen the stars before. I saw them back then. So.
Yeah, so I had this vision in my head of his. I saw it lying on the ground having a chat, looking up, but it didn't happen.
It just didn't work.
So yeah, it was me sitting in the car, shivering, eating a boiled egg.
Wanted to get running again to warm up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a quick chat with the media crew that was there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was back onto it.
You're straight into it.
Yeah.
So now you're coming off that pass now?
Yeah, we're coming back down. One thing I wanted to mention on the way up, there was this area, it was all where the water had been running down this sort of cliff of the side of the mountain. All these icicles had formed, and this is a pretty good story. So on the way up, I was like, yeah, I really want to take photos, but I was hitting that cutoff so tight that I couldn't stop. So I said, like, run and just quick
Just take it in quickly, yeah.
So on the way down, I'm like, reminding myself, I've got to check out the icicles. So we get down there, it's about 3k down from the top, and we get to the area, and I'm like, oh, here it is, it's coming on, and I could see this bright white light just shining on them, like lighting them all up for maybe like 20, 30 meters. And I'm thinking, hallucinations. How amazing is this? There's this house that's on the side of this cliff, and the people have lit up the icicles because they know that I want to look at them. This is what I'm thinking in my head.
As you're running down the hill towards it.
Yeah. And I'm walking going, wow, they've got this big light, and they're just lighting them up just so I can look at them because they know that I'm here. And I'm thinking, these people are amazing. I want to go and say thank you. I'm going to knock on their door and say thank you and, you know, shake their hand. And
You don't need the LSDs, mate. You don't. Just leave those alone, right? So what is it? It's a hallucination.
hallucinations.
And it's really vivid, obviously, because when
Yeah.
you're telling it, it's like you actually saw that. I really saw that. That was really there.
It was like, you see it. That's what you see.
And what happened when you got up to the icicles? Was there a house?
Yeah, I'm looking at the icicles, walking down, enjoying the experience.
You do realise we're recording this and everybody's going to think you are mad.
That's all right. It's all part of it. And I'm getting closer and closer to his house, and I'm just thinking, I've just got this like appreciation in my heart and this gratefulness for these people lighting up the icicles because I just wanted to see them so badly. But yeah, this is the state I was in.
Yeah, right. And did you end up seeing the icicles?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah. So the icicles are real, but the house and the people weren't. So I got to where the house was, and it was the media crew.
Oh.
So they're doing a nighttime shoot.
Yeah,
With their
right.
big light and that, lighting up the icicles.
Yeah, and in your mind and your brain is painting a picture of something completely different. Yeah.
So
amazing.
even I still haven't registered, so I still think it's the people that live in this house.
Right.
And I'm like mumbling to them and talking and thanking them and stuff.
Like,
I think they've got this on camera.
They're like, who is this guy? Who is this person running down from the mountain at night time talking to us like a crazy person? Gosh, that's amazing.
It ended up being Abby. He's the guy that filmed me last year. He made a film for me last year, and he was just filming for the Ultra this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a bit of a chat, but me still thinking it's the people that live in this house.
Gosh, does he remember that? Did you tell him
He's
that?
probably got all, he'll have it all.
You'll have it on video.
I haven't seen it yet.
We'll cut that into this video once we get it and splice it in. It's amazing.
But so I just keep going down. It's probably about another 2 or 3k, and I look to my right and I have to double take because I see a shopping centre now. And it was only there for this one. Was only
Listen,
quick.
man. There's no East Lakes in there's no East Lakes in the Himalayas, right?
There might be.
Apparently there is.
It was in my mind.
Yeah, in your mind, yeah.
So I'm guessing I was cold and tired, so I saw a shop because I wanted to be warm. buy food and stuff. So that's how I think it happens.
Amazing.
But that one was only a quick one, so I double took and it wasn't there. But then it was reminding me of the other one, and then I realised that what I'd seen, and it all started processing, and I realised, oh, that was the film crew.
Yeah.
But it'd taken me 3Ks
to realise. Yeah. Sometimes I have a snarky remark with my missus and it takes her like 15 minutes and she goes, you just said that. She's not hallucinating, she's just a bit slower. I can say that this far in the video. She's not going to watch this far, it's all right.
Yeah.
Did you realise at the time that you were hallucinating when you realised that was the media crew? Did you realise, hang on, I thought that was a house?
I think so. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to differentiate it all. But
and now looking back at it a couple of weeks later, is it funny? Does it make you laugh?
Yeah.
Do you like giggle to yourself?
I made a video about this experience actually yesterday.
Oh, right.
I was watching. I was laughing at myself.
You idiot.
It's funny.
You can't take yourself too seriously in life, even though this is the master your mind show. You just can't take it too seriously, right? That's it. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. All right, so take me. What's next? What happens next?
All right, so we're heading back down to that guest house again. It's night time. Just heaps tired. Just with my crew. Hallucinations all the way down. Nothing like that. Just seeing dogs, people, snakes, things like that. Nothing like houses or shopping centres.
No snakes in the Himalayas, man. There's definitely no brown snakes or red bellies, right? Like we're used to, yeah.
But yeah, when I actually got to ride the white lines, some of them turned into snakes. And they'd come up and...
Like a cobra?
Yeah. But they wouldn't attack me, they just watch me.
Did he give you something to do as you were running along?
Yeah, it was interesting. Just play my mind.
Yeah, I bet. Wow, it's amazing. They're amazing stories.
Yeah. So yeah, we just cruised down. That pretty much happened all the way down.
Yeah.
Sun came up. It's morning now. And I'm back at the next checkpoint, made it in heaps of time. So,
plenty of time to spare.
Yeah.
What about the other two in front of you?
Again, they're only like 5 minutes in front of me, not even.
So you made up that 2 hours again.
Yeah.
What if you just had powered through? You would have been 2 hours ahead of them.
Maybe.
Or maybe not.
Maybe later in the race I might have got tired.
Yeah.
So,
oh, right. So you got to be careful of not gassing yourself out there too early in that race. About pacing yourself.
If I did the race again, I reckon I could knock a good chunk of time off it.
Yeah, because you know what it feels like to get there.
Like maybe a day, almost a day off it.
So you're like 400 kilometres in now? Thereabouts?
So 3, yeah, about 400.
So uncharted waters don't matter anymore.
They're gone.
Yeah, that's gone. This is the new norm. This is the new Jason.
Yeah.
Did you have any sort of like feeling or epiphany about something like that when that was happening to you? Because I do know that once, in any aspect of life, once you get a hold of something and the learning curve is over, it feels like the new norm.
Yeah.
I know when I first started doing this stuff on video and on podcasts and all of that sort of stuff, it was really, really hard. But about after 20 or so episodes, it was the new norm and it was just not an issue at all. And it sounds like uncharted waters kind of were left behind.
Yeah.
The new norm.
So it's normal now to just run 400 Ks pretty much.
And see cobras on the road.
Yeah.
Out of white lines. I'm going to get that photoshopped for you and we'll make it into a big poster for you.
Very cool.
Nice one.
So yeah, I'm at the next guest house now. So the guys have just finished in front of me. They're really tired. They're exhausted. Worse off for me. Mm-hmm. But at this stage, I'm thinking, I'm not going to finish the race in time. Like I think.
Are you going to miss the cutoff? Is what you're worried about?
I'm going to miss the next cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I've met this first ever round. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I think I'm done.
Yeah.
So I had a feed. Got up to have another sleep. We had a time that I was going to sleep for. Crew come and wake me up. Yeah. Back to sleep.
Oh, you had a lie-in.
Yeah. Again.
Naughty. You had another lie-in.
Back to sleep.
Snooze button.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I thought, I better get up. Come in the third time. Got up. My mate was there to just check my feet and stuff. The medic from America, Craig. So feet were looking great. He said, I've just ran 400 Ks. Most people in York, at this stage would have like blisters everywhere. Their feet erect. He took a photo. He posted it up. He's like, the best feet I've ever seen after 400 Ks.
Yeah. Amazing.
So just that one blister pretty much.
Yeah.
A couple of little ones, but nothing was there.
Yeah. No pain?
Just bruised feet.
Yeah.
Really bruised feet. But that's just, you can walk through that.
What does that feel like? Just tenderness in your feet?
Very tender.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you can just block that sort of stuff out. Usually.
Can you?
Have to.
I was in the infantry and everything, right? And it's all about walking and humping and boots and stuff, but I struggled with that, mate. That was hard for me. That was really hard for me.
Well, it did hurt.
Yeah.
There could be a lot worse things.
Yeah. So you had a little lie-in.
Yeah.
Had a couple of foot fetish photos, you weirdo. And then what about the other two guys? Are they off and racing again?
I think they might have just left.
So they're not that far in front of you this time. So
they're starting to feel the effects of it all now too. So they're getting fatigued. They haven't rested as much as me.
Right.
And so things are looking good in that way.
There's a bit of science around the timing of your rests and where and when and eating and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can almost outmaneuver, out-strategize somebody by the sound of it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially just with the oxygen and stuff as well.
Yeah.
You've got to let your body rest because it's just getting
just have to.
smashed. Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
just
getting
have to.
smashed up there.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready. I'm thinking, I'm still thinking I don't care. Like I've come a long way. I'm happy where I've come.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably not going to make next checkpoint.
There was no one in your ear this time saying you could win this.
No.
Ah.
Just my own.
Just your own. Yeah.
Spoke to my crew, get ready, back out onto the road, and just start walking because it always takes a while to warm up your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Your feet are sore, so you got to walk a K or two, get the body back into rhythm again.
Are you power walking or just kind of just walking at a normal pace?
Usually power walking.
So you're going for it a bit.
It's time just walking. It's
Okay,
time just walking like
cruising.
Like I'm done.
Yeah. Like we just walked up the shops before to get some sushi. Just cruising then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more, a little bit less energy though. So just cruising through. I've got my paces. We're just chatting, not really caring about anything really.
Mm-hmm.
And that continued for 4Ks, and this seemed to switch my mind. And I'm thinking, look, I'm not going to make the next checkpoint if I continue like this. So get your shit together. Let's run. Let's just run. Let's see if we can run for 20Ks non-stop.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty hard at this stage.
Yeah, I bet.
It's not hard. It is hard, but it's flat now.
Yep.
We're at the bottom of the mountain, so it's a big flat road.
Can you see it?
No, it's all winding. So it's through the mountain still, but it's flat. There's no climbs.
Mm-hmm.
I said to my pace, well, next stop, get in the car, give me my earphones, give me my phone. I'm just going to listen to some music or audio books, and just let me go.
Mm-hmm.
Just follow me.
Can you remember what you put on?
Audio. It was the same thing, Ultra Mindset.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's the book you're listening to.
Yeah, so
you're on an ultra marathon, 400 kilometers in, and you're listening to Ultra Mindset.
Yeah.
Dude, you need your head read. Look, I'm just saying what everybody else is thinking, but that is hardcore stuff, man. Yeah, that is cool.
Just reinforcing things. Like I know all this stuff, but it's good to hear other people's side, and then also their principles and what they get out of it, and then apply them to my own thinking and how I can get through this hard stage. So I put in, and I said to Harvey, my crew leader, I said, I'm going to run now. I'm going to run properly. Like this is like a half marathon. I'm going to win. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. Like I've had a rest. I've eaten well.
So there's still 100 kilometers to go here?
More. Yeah, more.
So, and you're just going to go for it for half a marathon for 20 clicks? Yeah.
So that's what we decide, and that's what happens. And I overtake second place on this run. And
What happened when you ran past him? The Indian guy, was it?
Ashish.
Did you jog with him for a little bit?
We spoke a bit, but he's having his own. He's in his own headspace.
Yeah. He's got his own like snakes and
he's
people in shopping
he's a good
centres.
runner.
Yeah.
So he'll finish a race. He doesn't care where he finishes, but
Right.
if he wants to finish a race, he'll probably finish it.
Yeah.
Even if he's only got like 30 seconds left.
He's not trying to win.
No.
Right.
So back to last year, he did the 3:33 the year before, and he was hallucinating on the way down, and 2Ks from the finish line, he thought he'd finished the race,
Oh,
and he sat down, started taking his shoes off,
what are you doing, man?
and his crew's like, it's around the corner, but he's hallucinating. He's going, no, you're just trying to trick me, like you just want to make me run further. So he's fully believing this.
Yeah, right.
And it took someone else that wasn't part of his crew to come and tell him,
Keep going.
Keep going.
Just a little bit further. Yeah, right.
and he made it with I think, 20 seconds to spare
Oh, gosh.
the whole race.
Far out, yeah.
So yeah.
Nothing to it, right.
So yeah, I've
Amazing.
overtaken him. He's doing his own thing. His crew's the one, and I felt good. Yeah, just kept the water up.
Getting a groove
Yeah, and just kept going
on the flat, getting a rhythm. Yeah.
And I made it to the next checkpoint, or the next sort of town. Sorry, not next checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I had a break. Break for about 20 minutes, just neat.
Did he pass then?
Yeah, he did.
Damn.
Leapfrogged
Leapfrogged you, yeah.
Yeah, so I was feeling good, happy with that run. It, like really picked up my spirits.
Yeah.
easily make the next checkpoint now.
Yeah,
Probably a
right.
few hours
You
to
got
spare.
some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
You're actually making time. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, just that just doing that, and then just having that belief again.
Mm-hmm.
It because up until then I was like, I'm not gonna get it, and then that just changed everything for the rest of the race. Just my mindset reset me, and I was ready to go again. I was ready to start thinking about winning now.
I hear you say that B word, belief, and I feel like I believe in things. I stand for something, but I've never believed like that. I've never had a belief that I can keep going for the last 100 kilometers of a 500 kilometer race. That's what is that? Give me some of that. Because I believe things, and I seem to have achieved some really great things in my life, but the depth of my belief has never been inside of myself like that. And to have to, I believe that I can be successful as a YouTuber, as a podcaster, as an entrepreneur, as a dad. I believe that, but I kind of feel like I know that more than I believe it.
Yeah.
I don't really, like, if you ask me those, do you believe that you're a good dad? No, I know I'm a good dad.
Yeah.
It's kind of different.
Yeah.
And I've never really been put in a situation in my life where I've been forced to kind of have the faith to believe, because I'm not a religious person, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I envy religious people because they have unyielding, unguided faith that they believe that something is higher than them or bigger than them or something is possible like that. What is that in you that allows you to believe like that?
For me, I guess it's just happened over time. So obviously I didn't go out and do a 500k race for my first race. So even with the guys that I train now and coach, it's about showing them that they can get something done, getting them to that point, and then stepping up again. So by doing the first 24-hour race I ever did, and then stepping up from there. So each challenge I set, I make sure the next one's a little bit harder, and then over time, I can do that. I've done it before. I've proven it before. I can do that. So that's just all it is. It's just changing that mindset.
Yeah. You make it sound so easy.
But yeah.
Well, the way you describe it is as reference points, and I actually do use those reference points. And as a civvy, now I always say that if my feet are pointing that way and nobody's shooting this way, it's going to be a good day, because when that's happened to you in your life, then you believe that everything else is kind of easy compared to that. And I really do believe that every day is a gift because of those things, because nobody is shooting and your feet are pointing that way, and you've got to make the most of every day. And it doesn't mean that every day is going to be perfect or you're happy all the time or anything like that, but having that reference point in your life to be able to compare that to, it definitely does help. It's interesting to hear you say that as well. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's really just on a slightly different level in a different context, but it is definitely the same thing.
Yeah, I guess it's what helped me too when I went through depression and stuff. So that was a big part in my life of believing in things I can do. Like, because when you're in depression, you're like, everything's like, shit, it's all bad, and you don't think anything can ever happen good. But then if you can get out of that and then just apply that for the rest of your life into everything you do.
And something just a little bit good happens, it can be good. Yeah. Awesome. What's next? You've had a little rest here in town.
Yeah, so we're coming up to the guest house again, going up Warriwa. Warriwa was the second pass we went up, so we're going up this for the second time now.
So you've done a lap.
Yeah, so
is it a lap?
Up Cardinal, the first pass, up Warriwa, the second pass, out to Tanglang, over and then back. So we've gone to Tanglang twice, coming back to Warriwa now. We're at the bottom here. So we're at the guest house again, and I've decided I'm going to have another acupuncture session.
On your leg?
Yeah.
Again?
And
did it help the first time?
I don't know. There's so many factors that you can't really pinpoint one thing will work and has or hasn't worked.
I had really bad tendonitis in my elbow years ago, and it was like tennis from this one to this one, and nothing was making it better. And I went and got some acupuncture, fixed it. Yeah. I was like, as if that's going to fix it. What are you talking about? But it's so damn painful, because when you got your arm, go like that with your hands, it just messes with the tendons all the way up your arm like that. And in the end, I was in so much pain that I was willing to let somebody put needles in my arm to remove the pain, and it worked.
Risk,
it worked. Yeah, I was surprised. So what happens after you have the next session of acupuncture?
My mates have ordered me 2 pizzas as well. So they've rocked up with 2 pizzas. So I've had the 2 pizzas and had a shower, had the acupuncture, and had a like half-hour sleep as well.
Yeah, right.
The other guys,
pizza, shower, and snooze mid-race. There we go, baby.
the other guys had kept going; they didn't even stop.
Right.
So they're ahead of me. They're almost at the top of this pass now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, just start heading up there. Same as before. Pretty uneventful on the way up. Just power hiking all the way up. I passed a shish up there. He was coming down. He was still hallucinating big time.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling me conversations he had with someone that didn't exist.
Mm.
I was like, okay, mate.
Did you actually eat pizza, or is that a hallucination?
I think I ate it. No, I definitely
I've hallucinated about pizza plenty of times on the booze, right?
I've got video footage of me walking with pizza the next day because I had leftover. So after the sleep, I carried it with me.
Yeah, right. Very cool.
So no, it was real. Unless I photoshopped it in. But yeah, so I've gone up past the shish. He was right near the top, so he was just coming down, so he wasn't far in front of me at all. But he was hallucinating. I could see he was struggling with exhaustion. Got to the top, and very good timing, sunrise.
Ah, beautiful.
It was awesome. One of the best experience I've ever had.
Mm.
Yeah, so just getting to see the sun come up over the Himalayas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there with my sport crew, so 4 or 5 of us, just chilling out, chatting.
Very nice.
Spent about 15 minutes up there.
Yeah, you took some time.
Yeah.
Took it in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had
nice.
to. So,
Yeah.
again, same pretty uneventful on the way down. I had it in my mind that Cutoff was an hour different from where it was, but I had it the wrong way, so I had an hour spare.
Oh, right.
An hour off.
Oh, so you're running like a crazy person because you're worried about the time.
Yeah. Not too crazy, just going a bit faster than I had to. But my crew knew, but I didn't, so they weren't worried at all. I was. I'm like, come on, we gotta keep going.
Did they know that you had flipped it around? And they were like, what's he in such a hurry for? We've got heaps of time. All right, okay, let's go then. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just like went down pretty quick all the way. Stopped halfway down, had lunch with them for like 20 minutes as well. Got down to the bottom and still very fatigued. I didn't realise where we were, and my pacer was trying to tell me that we passed a certain point. I didn't believe it. I thought she was lying to me. It's just a bit of mind tricks again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just from a fatigue. Took me about 2 Ks until I realised that she was telling the truth.
That you'd passed it, or that you hadn't passed it?
I had passed it.
So you didn't...
It was just a point. It was no important point.
You didn't think, well, no, we haven't passed that. What are you talking about?
Pretty much, yeah.
And you believe that.
Yeah.
So there's the belief.
True. Coming down to the guest house now. Red Bull was set up because it's a major checkpoint. It's the last checkpoint before the end of a race.
Right.
About 70k to go. So I passed a shish at this point, like right an hour K before the checkpoint, and I get to Red Bull tent, start walking up the driveway to go and have the hour sleep that I planned to have. My crew's all cheering. They're like, yeah, we get to have a rest, get to have a feed. Walking up the driveway, Arby comes down and he's like, Matt's up there, he's asleep. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I said, see ya. And just
I ain't sleeping, watch this, baby.
And just walked out, big grin on my face. Everyone's like, are you alright? Why are you smiling? I said, I'm going to go finish the race. Why sit around here? There's only like 70k left. And took off. 5-minute Ks again.
Oh, you were going for it?
Yeah. Down. It was like slightly downhill again.
So what did you like? Did it feel like a tactical win, or was it just? Did it feel a little bit lucky?
Not lucky. I didn't think he'd stop, but I knew I believed I could hunt him down.
Yeah, you thought you were going to catch up to him anyway. Yeah.
Just because I'd had that rest the whole way through.
And the fact that you caught up to him when he was asleep was kind of like, well, I caught him, so.
Yeah.
And then did you like, aha? did you have a chuckle like a superhero?
A little bit, yeah. Everything sort of fit.
I'm chuckling as I'm running with you, man. I'm running 5 kilometers with you as you're doing that. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm running into a bit of trouble now. So flying down the hill, good, doing 5-minute Ks, and I'm feeling this really painful feeling in my foot. And it took a couple Ks to work out what it was with me and my crew, but what it was is the stitching in my shoe had worn out the inner sole in my shoe.
Oh.
So the stitching was hitting my foot now.
Rubbing against your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the friction of the strike.
So these shoes have now done about 800 Ks.
Yeah, gosh.
My favourite running shoes at the time.
Yeah.
So we had to end up getting the inner soles out of my other spare pair of shoes and putting them in. So I was swapping between shoes, and each time I had to swap inner soles too, just because these shoes are so worn now. that foam was like really squishy, didn't feel really supportive. I go to my new pair and they were too supportive.
Yeah,
so
right.
I was back and
They're
forth.
not worn in properly. Yeah.
Different make too.
Yeah.
And I was going back and forth between shoes probably every 4 or 5k.
Oh, so quite frequently.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was annoying me because it was slowing me down a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm very tired, and I'm thinking I'm going to see Matt come running around the corner like Superman, like Terminator,
like a cheetah.
So these are the visions I'm having. I'm so tired. This is what I'm thinking. Even though it's impossible because I'm doing 5-minute Ks. He'll have to be doing like 2-minute Ks or something.
And he's snoozing.
Yeah. But his crew car's coming, but they've worked out now.
Yeah. Or hey, get up.
Yeah. So they were like frantically waking him up. Get ready, Jason's gone. He's gone. What? Like, so they're freaking out. So his crew car's like coming up, checking around, going back. Coming up, checking around, going back.
You've got a lot of work to do to catch her because you just went for it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. You exploited that weakness. I love the strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Running down, I'm still freaking out, thinking he's going to catch us.
Yeah.
What
does that feel like?
Just very, very anxious.
Anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a logical thought.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it could have happened.
Yeah, physically he can't close that gap on you because you got too much of a jump on the guy.
Yeah, but I'm just freaking out the whole time.
Do you know how far ahead you were? Or you ended up being like an hour ahead of him? Or?
So at the start I was 2Ks, and over the course of that 60-metre stretch, up flight stretch again back to the start, grew it to about 15-20k.
Oh, so you really...
Yeah,
so there's no way he's going to close that gap.
No.
He needs a whole day or two to catch that gap and close that gap.
But I didn't think that. I thought he was going to be slept, rested, and running as fast as me, or faster. That's what I was thinking.
Were you visualising in your mind's eye him running like the Terminator?
Pretty much.
No chance.
For a good 2 hours, I was thinking that.
Yeah, right.
Coming up, we're about...
Were you running faster because of that, or were you just like
good.
freaking out about it?
I felt good. I could have ran that pace. Like, I felt that good, but that was just another factor that made me want to go a bit quicker. But so 5-minute Ks that far into a race is pretty much unheard of.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, everyone was so surprised.
Anxiety and panic made you run fast.
Yeah, it's good strategy having all that rest as well.
Yeah, it worked.
And just also the end of the race was coming up, so it's almost finished. You're excited. You just want to get there.
You just want to get it over with and get it finished. Yeah.
So we're coming up. Pretty much uneventful up this road too. I was just freaking out the whole way. We did get to this part where they just laid bitumen, so it was freshly laid, and I didn't want to go around because it was a big detour.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really part of the course. The course was this way, so I went this way. Running through, my feet are getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
Oh gosh!
It's like a 2k stretch.
Gosh!
I'm thinking, oh damn!
What is that? It's the tar on the road.
I'm just running so fast, my feet are burning. So, get to the other side, and I'm like, okay, I need a rest because it's hot. The sun was out. It's 40 degrees this day.
Gosh!
38 or something. The bitumen was hot. Being awake for a day, so body wasn't regulating temperature properly. Get to the other end, I'm like, I've got to sit down. Have a feed. I need like 20 minutes, have some water, just fix myself up. Sit down, pull my shoes off, and they're all melted.
Your shoes are melted?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's no grip.
Oh.
So I'm just running on the phone. Because all the tread's gone.
And on the old shoes?
Yes, some of my favourite ones.
So now they've been sacrificed to the tar.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So yeah, I had to change shoes.
So you had guns. You had like arguments, you had doctors, and then now you had a tar pit.
Yeah. I didn't have to swim through it.
Lucky there's any crocodiles? No crocodiles.
Not this one.
So what happens? You swap your shoes out?
Yeah, had a rest, rehydrated. It was good timing to do all that. I was probably worse than what I thought I was. I could tell later on from there. Just had a good feed, had a bit of laugh, good bit of chat. Just freshened up.
Does the car drive over the bitumen, or they take the detour?
No, they went over the bitumen too.
Bad luck.
It was all right though.
Yeah.
Then pretty much just kept going. I went through stages where I was panicked and I hadn't, so I kept thinking that he was going to keep coming at certain stages, and I thought, no, he's not. Then I did, then I didn't. And someone drove past us in another, just like a spectator, and they're like, oh, he's only 2Ks behind you, but he was 20Ks behind us. But it just freaked me out.
You heard that.
Yeah, and I believed him. And
yeah.
my crew's going, no, he's not really, don't believe him, just Just slow down.
Have you ever been chased in your life before?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is, right? You feel you've been chased.
Yeah.
Like he's going to catch you, and like I don't know. I've been chased a couple of times before by a dog. I've been chased a few times by magpies. That's like creates anxiety and panic, right? For the people that don't know, Google that, you'll see. Yeah, gosh, but that's what it was, right? You felt like you've been chased.
Yeah, just for little periods.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then I realised that I was being silly, but then it would come on again, just because of fatigue, I think.
So now you change your wheels out.
Yep.
How are the new shoes? Because you said they're not quite worn in.
They're alright, they're just a bit stiff.
Yeah.
They're a bit hard on the feet.
So you got a little bit of work to do in the next, how many kilometres to go? It must be 50, 60 Ks to go?
Probably not even now. Probably maybe only 20, 30. Met some school kids. Just got off their bus. They raced me for about 300 metres. With like 6-year-olds.
Nice.
That was fun.
That's fun, yeah.
It's good just to
high-fiving the kids. And,
pick up their energy.
Yeah.
It's just good. It's good to see the locals along the way. They come out and talk to you and try and give you food and stuff.
Are you back in sort of civilization as you're coming towards the end?
Yeah, a few towns.
Yeah, nice.
Rural area. So yeah.
Nice.
And the last 10K was all uphill.
Really? Gosh, far out.
It's just really steady, slight incline, so it was annoying. You could just run or you could walk.
Yeah. Did you walk any, or did you run the whole way?
Walk the whole way.
Yeah, I'm gassed, man. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm done. I'm gonna make it within about 6 p.m, which was like 12 hours before we had to be there.
You were 12 hours ahead of the time.
Almost, yeah, just short of.
Wow, that's a long way.
So my aim was about 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And I made it at 6:19.
Wow, so you're really close to your timings and stuff. Yeah. So all the timings and the preparations that you did in the lead up were on the money.
The second one I made.
Yeah.
Which was during the race, just because of the first
the storm threw it all out that.
The original schedule was blown way out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I can share that.
So tell me, what's it like as you come towards the finish line? You went straight there just now, but in the lead up to it, like, can you see it? Or is it around a winding road? What does it look like? What's the finish line look
so
like?
it's just like a 10K road straight up to this like a Shani Stupa. It's like a little temple thing up there. And had all the support crew walking with me now, all the kids that had ran. So there's like 15 people in my little group just marching up this street. All the locals are like, what's going on here?
An entourage. Yeah.
That was like for the last 3Ks.
Nice.
Yeah. And
so how many people working with you? 20, 30 people?
Yeah.
With the kids and stuff and the locals and that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's good to have them up with me on the last bit too. I was going to take the Australian flag.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I decided not to because my crew was from all over the world.
Yeah, right.
So it was like, this was a real team effort, this race. It wasn't really individual.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't take that across the line, but that's my reasoning.
Yeah.
Got to the finish line and I got there, finished it. And
what is the finish line? Is there a ribbon? Is it a Red Bull tent? What does it look like?
We're up at the Shani Stupa now, and it's just like a ribbon, heaps of people around. Red Bull were there, all the media crew.
The media, yeah.
All the race officials. Pretty big guy.
It's a big thing, yeah.
Got there, went through the finish line.
Did you jog?
I did, yeah.
You jogged a little. You jogged over the finish line.
So I jogged the last 50 metres.
Yeah, nice.
So I had to. You have to do that.
You have to run.
You can't walk across the finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did that. But it was weird because it didn't really sink in. It was just like, yeah.
Well, that's it. Where's the next 100Ks?
Pretty much. Yeah. It's weird, eh? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not an emotional finisher. Like a lot of people like cry or break down or be really excited. I just
you didn't feel like that?
No. Like it hadn't sunk in either. And
did you feel relieved?
Yeah. I still had a lot of energy though.
Yeah, right.
So
that's because you'd been chased for the last 40 kilometres, even though you're 20 kilometres ahead of the guy.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, at that stage, I felt like if I had to, I could have ran another 100 Ks.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know if I could have.
You could get the 666, mate. That's the devil's race, that one.
It is.
Yeah.
Or go for like a 1,000K or something.
Yeah. So what happens at the end? The officials are there, everyone's congratulating you.
Yeah.
Is there a bottle of champagne to pop the cork?
It was really weird because I'm sort of just standing there and they're all gathering around, they're all clapping and cheering. And I'm like, thanks. And I'm just like, what am I meant to do? I didn't know what to do.
Had you ever won a race before?
Not with a crowd like that.
Yeah. But you've won before, right?
Yeah. So not that sort of race either. Not where you've run for days and you at the end now. There's all these people around. So I didn't really know what to do. I was like, thanks everyone.
Sweet, thank you. Shake hands.
I thought it'd be like nice and quick, and they're all like just standing around me, just clapping.
Yeah.
It was really weird. I just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm standing there, like, okay.
I thought about everything, including winning, but after winning, I'd never thought about any of that.
So I was like standing really awkwardly and stuff. So, okay.
Mental note, watch more Formula One, what happens when they win the race and they go out there and they jump on the podium and do all those things. That's what you're going to do, right? Yeah.
Next time.
So was there some media taking photos and doing some video?
Their media crew was there. Red Bull was there. Congratulated me. All my crew came up. Individual congratulations and stuff with everyone that was there, pretty much. So like 50, 60 people. Then they presented the trophy on stage. I just gave a quick 60 or maybe 2-minute speech.
Yeah, say thank you to everybody and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So I had, because I was awake so long, my immune system was down, so I had all the ulcers in my mouth. Oh. And I couldn't speak.
Right.
My mouth was swollen, my tongue was swollen just because of the distance, dehydration, and everything as well. So I found it really hard to speak. It was like I speak like
this. Because your mouth's swollen. Yeah.
So
did they bag you up? They put an IV in you?
No. I didn't.
Just have a drink
of
water.
I was alright. Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But so I gave a quick speech. Didn't speak too much because I couldn't speak, and that was pretty much it. Went and had pizza. They said, what's next? And I said, pizza.
Did you drink a beer?
No.
Did you drink alcohol?
No, I don't.
No drink alcohol? No. You didn't have one celebratory beer?
No, I didn't. I should have.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, whatever. Don't drink beer.
I should have, yeah.
I never really understood that at the Formula One. They have champagne after they've been driving cars. Don't drink and drive. Like, that never makes any sense to me, how they have alcohol. Why is alcohol always associated with winning? It's a funny part of our culture like that, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. So what happened that night? Like so your other number 2 and number 3, they come across the line. Do you see them come across the line? What happens?
So they're still coming. I'll go and have dinner with everyone. Then some of the guys decide to ride back up because they had motorbikes to the finish line. And then I thought, I'll go up too. So I decided to jog up.
How far was it?
Probably about 5k. A small jog.
How's your body feeling after?
I think the adrenaline and everything's just...
Oh, you're still okay?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
So I started jogging up, and unfortunately I missed him crossing the line. So I was a bit late. So the guys coming back down their bikes past me, and they're like, whoa, and they stopped. I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm going to see Matt finish. You're going, I just finished, you missed him. Why are you running up here?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, pretty much. And went back to the hotel. We just sat around and chatted and that. And then Ashish came in next, so we made sure we were up there on time. Yeah, and you saw, did both of you go down there or just on your own? I was up there by myself with Craig and that, the medic guy. And we just congratulated him.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
And I went and had a sleep.
And how many people finished in the end? Just the 3 of you?
5, only 3 finishes.
How many people went in that?
Not many. There was 17 invited, but I think there was only 6 of us at the start line. Yeah. So very small. But there was a Polish guy from Poland, the American guy, myself, and the rest were the Indian locals.
Yeah, right. Wow. What did you learn about yourself when you finished?
I can do anything, pretty much. Yeah.
Human endurance is incredible.
It is. Support as well. Like, if support's there, use it. Yeah. Like, that was a big thing when I went through depression back in the day. I didn't take up any support. I thought I did it all myself. So that's another thing what I like about the running community. There's a lot of support in that, and that's what I'm trying to promote now and inspire people about. That you don't have to do everything by yourself. And you can use that.
Well said. Well said. Congratulations, mate. Well done. That is an epic, monumental achievement. And
I think it's still sinking in.
Yeah, it's still sinking in for me as well. When you reached out for me and you told me about the fact that you did that, you floored me. And, I've been doing this go all in thing for a little while now, and I've seen and spoken to all sorts of incredible people, man, but that actually takes the cake. And I can't think, I don't know what you guys and girls watching this are thinking, and maybe you as well, Jace, is I can't think of anything that would be harder than that you chose to do by choice. There's difficult things that people go through in life, but often that's not by choice, whether that's circumstance or loss or things like that. But my God, choosing to run 555 kilometers and then winning and then going, I'll go run up the hill again. What the hell?
Big crazy.
So for the people that are watching, here we are. How long has it been since you've won the race? It's been 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, 3 weeks tomorrow.
So today, as we're filming here in Sydney, it is a Thursday, and on Sunday you're leaving for Turkey.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday next week, leaving for Turkey to run
100 kilometres. Yeah, just a small one this time.
Just a little one, just a small sprint, 100 kilometres over there in Turkey. That's going to be a little bit of fun. You're looking forward to that?
Very good. Very excited for it.
Yeah. What about your headspace about running 100 kilometres after doing such a big thing? Does it seem easy? Does it? It's still not easy. It's still really hard.
It's still hard. It seems easy at the moment looking at it, but when I get into it, it'll be a lot harder.
Yeah.
I know. I'm ready for that. So,
What? I feel like I'm going to ask a boneheaded question. I'm going to ask it anyway. What about your fitness after running 500 kilometres like that? What happens to it? Has it improved? Is it better? Is it worse? Like, what happens? I'm really interested to see the physiology of you going to run another 100 kilometres now. Will you be faster, stronger, fitter? Or will you be the same? What is it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on recovery time.
It's hard to know, right?
Yeah, so it's probably a bit soon, this race, to be honest. It's probably a bit soon after the 555, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm capable of doing it. I might just pull up with a few more niggles and have to be a bit more careful after. Yeah. And
you've pulled up with no injuries after that?
Correct, yeah.
And what's the recovery time like? You said you had a whole week off, right?
Yeah, so I had 1 week where I just sat around home, slept, and just ate and stuff.
Did you eat any more pizza?
Yeah.
You did? Pizza is the go-to to refuel that body and get that body fat back on you as you need it, right, to do those races.
I won't tell you what I ate. Maybe another time.
Maybe that's for another episode. Yeah. Good one. All right, Jason, we've been going nearly 2 hours here, mate, but that story definitely needs 2 hours worth of explanation. Congratulations, mate. That is a monumental achievement. Well done. That's the inaugural race, isn't it? Is there another one next year?
Yeah, so it's originally going to be a one-off as a 10-year anniversary, but because 3 people finished it and there's a lot of interest in it now, they're going to continue it on. And
I've got to ask, are you going to do it again?
Not next year. Next year I'm set on UTMB, which is a big Europe race in Europe. I'm going to take a team over next year to La Ultra, but just as a coach and a support person.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Sounds awesome, mate.
Get someone else to do it.
Yeah, watch somebody else suffer and hallucinate. Sounds good. Well, if you like what you've seen here on Master Your Mind and go all in, keep watching because there's heaps of other videos somewhere to the here, that way. Some other videos. So keep watching and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw today and ring that bell. And if you want to connect with Jason, you can do that in the comments below because both of us are right there in that YouTube channel and more than happy to reply to you. All right, that's it. We'll see you over there in the next video. Bye.